We're going to go ahead and get started. So first thing I just want to say again is welcome to the 6 Weeks to Success. We've got a great program planned for you, and you're going to see that it just touches on the highlights of everything you need for your business, and it's going to help you solidify a lot of the skills that you already have. And so, hold on. You know what, guys? There we go. Can you see that? Did you see it where it changed?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So the purpose, is it still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I like to think I'm tech savvy, but sometimes my computer likes to throw a little wrench in the plan. So what this class is designed is just to help you make the most of your business. The leaders on your team, we believe that your business is your business. And when we talk about setting goals for it, those goals are your goals. We're going to help you with those goals. There may be times where we let you see that you can do a little more than you thought you could. Some of you have already experienced that, where you weren't real sure at first, and we encourage you to try just a little bit more, and you were very successful with it. So this is just going to be a continuation of that. So we're going to help you start filling up your calendar with bookings, getting the paychecks that you're wanting. That is something I really want you to start thinking about. If you're happy with where your paychecks are now, great. If you are wanting a little more as we go into the holidays, you know, this is something that will definitely help you with that. And then, you know, we're going to help you with your product knowledge, you know, just to get to know. I'm not going to expect you to memorize every little detail about your product, but how to share what you do know about your products and how others can see the value in it that you see in your products as well. So the very first thing that's really important to talk about is your belief. And so it's really important, and it's very popular to talk about because it's so very true. You know, when you believe in something, it determines your actions. And then your actions determine your results. And then when you get the results that you like, that's going to increase your belief. So think about if you ever, let's just say you went on a diet, and you believe that if you just exercised more, that it would help your diet and help you lose weight. So you took that action and you went walking 2 days a week. After a month, you know, you get on the scale and you notice, wow, I've lost a few pounds. That really worked. 2 days a week walking. And so now you're thinking, wow, you know, that made a big impact on my diet. So now I'm going to try maybe adding 3 days, because I really believe that walking is going to make a difference. Okay? So what we want to do is just apply that same concept to your business as well. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So let's say you're getting ready to make booking calls. Okay, so you grab your phone and you find the first number and you make that call. But you're not really prepared for what to say. So the first thing your brain tells you is, I don't even know why I'm making this call. She's not going to answer. I don't even know what I'm really going to say. She'll probably say no if she does answer. I know she's so busy with her kids. And you go on and on and on. So that inside voice starts telling you all the reasons why this is not going to go well. You don't believe she's going to book a show, so you start with something like, hey, Janie, I know you're super busy and probably can't, but I'm trying to book some shows for September. I know you're probably going to say no, but do you think you could do a party for me? Does any of that sound familiar to you guys? This is where you guys get to talk.
It happened more when I first started, I would say. I think I've gotten a little bit better at not shooting myself in the foot before I get to there. Sometimes I just don't get to the call. I talk myself out of it before I get to talking to anybody.
Okay, what are some things that you say to yourself that cause you to not even make the call?
Well, I'll say things like, well, this probably isn't a good time for me. I mean, how do I know what they're doing? I know they're always so busy, or, because a lot of the people that I'm calling, because everyone is so busy all the time, like it probably isn't going to be a good time to call, or I'll call later. I might even write down, we'll call them later, but then I just never call them because I never, it's almost like tomorrow never comes, a good time never arises.
Okay. So then you just don't do it because there's never a good time.
Right.
Okay.
I find that happening more often than calling them and then just talking myself right out of it in the call. So.
Okay. Does anybody else have that experience? You want to share, Whitney? I saw you shaking your head.
Give me a blanket, please.
I'll unmute. Yeah, with the last party that I had, there was a lady that had an issue. And, it comes down the grapevine that, she tells the host, and then the host tells me that she wants me to call her in 30 minutes, but I don't see that message for like an hour. So then all that window is passed, and then whoever was just talking said like, oh, well, I'll do it later, and I'll do it later, and I'll do it later. And then it's 9 p.m. and, who wants to make a call at 9 p.m.? They're probably getting ready for bed. So it's just easy to put it off.
Anybody else have that experience?
I haven't made phone calls yet. I've been doing most of my booking through just Facebook message, so it's been easier for me to stay positive because I can reread my messages and fine-tune them before I send them.
Okay, good. Do you ever find, that's a good point. I know a lot of you use Facebook Messenger, text messaging. Does that ever happen to you when somebody doesn't respond?
I've had a lot of people not respond so far, but I've also, I only started at the end of June, so I've gotten the one booking a week that I've been as my goal. So I haven't taken those no responses to the next level yet.
Okay. All right. So we're going to come back to that because that is really, the follow-up with that's really important. Let's talk about that as we go on to this next slide. Sometimes we don't follow up, or we just don't even make those calls or messages. Sometimes we just put off sending messages too. We'd rather just keep scrolling through Facebook till we find that perfect time to reach out to somebody. So maybe it's just a matter of, thinking, maybe I'm not really sure that our products are going to make a difference in somebody's life. Or maybe you don't believe that our shows are so much fun that nobody's going to want to miss them. Maybe you're not real sure that our products really can transform dinner time and bring a family back to the table again. So what we want to do is look at belief. So what I'd like you to do is grab your notebook, and I want you to write down these categories. Okay, I want you to write down products, host opportunity, business opportunity, pampered chef. We're going to stop right there first. Okay, and then next to each of those items, I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not going to ask you to share it, so I want you to be very honest with yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe in our products? How much do you believe that they can really make a difference for somebody in the kitchen? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe in our host opportunity? Do you really believe that it's a good deal for hosts and that they can get a lot of free products and discounted products from hosting? How much do you believe on a scale 1 to 10 in our business opportunity? Is it a good deal? Does it help make a difference for somebody? And the last one, on a scale 1 to 10, how much do you believe in Pampered Chef? Do you believe it's a company that stands behind what it has to offer? Do you believe it has good things to offer? Do you believe it's reputable? Think about all those things, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you believe in Pampered Chef? Now on that page, we're going to look even a little closer, okay? So I want you to write these captions down. First one, your business, my family, the lives of others, as someone who can get it done, and as someone who's confident about their business. So in the first one, on a scale 1 to 10, do I believe in myself as the driving force in my business? On a scale 1 to 10, do I believe in myself in making a difference for my family? The next one, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe in myself that I can make a difference in the lives of others? Next, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe in myself as someone who can get it done? What I need to do, I can get it done. And the last one, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I believe in myself as a confident business owner and someone who can share about that? Now, I want you to hold on to these because we're going to reevaluate ourselves over time, okay? And so, you know, if you find yourself with lower numbers, that's okay. But we're going to work to increase those numbers and help you feel confident with yourself as a business owner and the skills you need to run your business. These are questions I would also like you to think about. Do you think positively? On a scale of 1 to 10, how successful do you see yourself? Now, I want to clarify that because it's not what anybody else says is successful, but what you determine is successful. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you about being a leader of a team? That may be something you've never even considered, and that's fine. Just be honest with your answer. And lastly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how positively do you think of yourself as a strong seller in your business? Let's pause here for just a minute. How are you guys feeling after rating yourself? Is there anybody who feels a little awkward?
Well, I do, for one. I mean, I've had good months. I've had bad months. July was hideous for me, but as we go into August and September, I see myself being more successful and doing better with it and running my own shows and definitely learning how to reach out and work with people. I mean, some of the shows that I did have scheduled for certain times, I've had to reschedule them and do different things, but through it all I've learned a whole lot about how to do it, and I find that I'm feeling better about it. It's just, for me, the thing is going to be more consistency and just
Okay.
keeping that going, and then I think I will be able to jump off from there and do much better.
So do you feel confident in that evaluation?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Anybody else want to share how they feel about evaluating themselves? All right, well, let's go ahead and move forward then. It's really important to evaluate yourself, just so you know. This is not something to make you feel awkward or to feel uncomfortable. This is just something you do every once in a while to kind of check yourself and see where you're at with things. And so, Tara, I really appreciated what you said, because you shared, where you weren't real happy with things, but then you came back with a positive response. This is what I need to do to fix that. And that's exactly what we're looking for our teams. We're not expecting perfection. We're not expecting where you're killing yourself over this, but just to look at look back over what you've done and what's really working well, and what needs some tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to you, Tara. Thank you. Now, when you see this picture here, you're going to see it's called the 4 Pillars of Success. And this can apply to anything, but this especially applies to our business. For everything to work smoothly, there are 4 pillars. There's belief, passion, skill, and will. If we're lacking any of these pillars, what's going to happen to the roof?
It's going to cave.
Exactly. It's just not going to have that solid foundation that it needs. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about these pillars, one each week. Okay? So this week, when we're talking about belief, what are some things you think you could do to strengthen your belief system? And this is where I would like everybody to participate.
The biggest thing is to refuse to give place to doubt, which I'm queen of. And so that's probably my greatest challenge, is refusing to think negatively when there should be always something positive that I can come up with. I've heard people say there's always a positive in every negative, and that's something that, to be honest, I'm going to have to work more on, as I tend to be an over analytical person and think myself out of things and into things all the time.
I have a feeling you're not alone in that, Tara. It's the mind is a powerful thing, and you are absolutely right. We can talk ourselves in and out of a lot of things. What else is something we can do to strengthen your belief system?
Practice. The more practice we do, at these phone calls and trying to recruit and trying to book, the more successful we'll get with it. And the more practice you have, the more you feel confident in doing it.
Exactly, that's right. Just practicing it. This is really no different than any other job you would have. When you first show up on that first day of work, you're not feeling real confident because you've never done this before. But the more, each day you go to work, you start building that confidence and you feel better about what you have to do. Great point. Anybody else? All right. Well, one of the things that you can do, and this kind of goes along with what Tara was saying, is just talking to yourself. Okay? I am not going to lie to you. When this was first suggested to me, I thought this was silly. Okay? I thought this is the dumbest thing I've ever been asked to do, and I didn't do it. But I'm going to tell you, once I did finally give into it, because like nothing else was working, because I have a very vivid imagination and I can talk myself into anything. Okay, you know how many times I've quit Pampered Chef? Okay, I'm not going to lie. Crystal's on here too. I bet you she'll tell you the same thing. It's probably been more than once that she said, I'm done. Okay, that's the nature of the beast, because we, can talk ourselves into anything. So when you do positive affirmations, then you're just talking to yourself. One of my favorite quotes that I've heard is, you need to quit listening to yourself and start talking to yourself. And so, think about what you would like to improve in your business. Maybe you want more bookings. So you're going to tell yourself, I am going to do consistently 2 shows a week no matter what. When you tell yourself that every day, that 2 shows a week is going to become habit. And then you're going to be like, what was I thinking? This is the easiest thing I've ever done. But you have to tell yourself that, regularly until your brain starts believing it. You might be saying something like, I have the best shows around. I don't, everyone wants to book a show with me. Think about what stands out to you. Maybe you're wanting more income. So you're going to tell yourself, I can sell it all, and I am going to sell $2,000 every month. When you start believing that you can sell $2,000 a month, then you'll probably start selling $2,500 to $3,000, $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Okay? So this is something that I'm really going to challenge you to take seriously. I want you to write down your affirmations. Write down 2 to 3 of them to start. Write them down as if they're already happening. And then I want you to hang them up somewhere where you're going to see them every single day. Put them on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your refrigerator. Hang it in your car. Wherever you're spending that time, hang those affirmations up and read them every morning and then every evening before you go to bed. It will work. I want you to trust me on this. It may seem silly at first, but your brain is going to believe what you tell it. So each week, you're going to have some homework. This is not ridiculous homework. Again, we want you to learn and grow, but we don't want you feeling overwhelmed and consumed. So I'm going to be going over your homework with you, and what we're going to focus on this week is improving your belief scores. In order to do that, the first thing you need to do is use your tools. Okay, if you're already doing that, this is going to be easy peasy for you. Okay, but when you make dinner this week, use your tools. Most of you, I believe, have the Rock Crock. Use that, baby. That is everybody's favorite. Make dinner in it. Make the fajitas one night. Make dessert in it. Make a lava cake. Make your breakfast in it. Whatever it is, use your tools and get to know them better, and so that you can talk about them. And then what I want you to do, I want you to take some pictures of you using it. Okay? Take a picture of, whatever tool you decide to use. And, take a picture of you using it, or take a picture of your finished food product, and then I just want you to post it on Facebook and share what you're making. Now, I want to be very clear about this. This is not a sales post, okay? This is you falling in love with your tools post. So I might take a picture of my chicken fajitas and say, Taco Tuesday is my favorite. Chicken fajitas in 10 minutes. And then that's it. I'm not sharing a link to my website. I'm not trying to convince somebody to book a party. I'm just sharing what I love about it. Some of you are already doing that. And I want you to just keep doing that. Okay? The point of all this is to help you fall in love with what you're doing. Watch. I'm going to give you a couple links to watch on YouTube. Guys, these people I'm sharing with you, they're just fun. They're fun to watch. They're informative, and they make you feel like if they can do it, you can do it. And so these are just some great trainers with YouTubes. And take the trainings on Dash. There's product trainings on Dash, and you'll find that under the programs. This just helps you get to know your tools better, lets you know the benefits of it. Like your Rock Crock, for instance. Everyone should be aware of all the surfaces you can use it on. Can you use it on your microwave, on your stove, in your oven, under the broiler, on the grill, as a slow cooker? You can put it in your freezer. You can put it in your refrigerator. Just things that as soon as somebody says Rock Crock, that's what you think of all the benefits with that. So you're going to find all of that on Dash, okay? So when I share all these links and everything, you don't have to do every single video, but the more you do, it's going to help increase your belief, and that's the first foundation that we want to work on, so that we can move on to the others. And while you're doing that, you want to keep working on your personal business. No matter where you're at in the company, you're working on your personal business will always be the first priority. So you're going to keep track of how many contacts did you make. And remember, a contact is a two-way conversation. So sending an email out is not a contact because we don't know if they've read it. When you send out a Facebook message and they have not replied, then it's not a contact. However, if they do reply, it is a contact. Even if they've said no thank you, it's still a contact. Okay? So if you're not, get a notebook. Just get one of those cheapy ones that are on sale for like $1 at Walmart right now with all the back to school stuff. Keep track of your contacts. Every single one that you make, right there. You know, if I'm calling Marianne and I offer her an opportunity to host a show and she says not now, I'm going to write Marianne down. Not now, call her back in October. And that way I can keep track of everybody that I've talked to. It's going to help you see how hard you really are working, that you are really reaching out to people, and that you're going to see that there are people who are responding. Because sometimes we send out those messages and they don't respond. And what's the first thing we tell ourselves?
They're not interested.
Exactly. So then we
Well,
get...
why am I doing this?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's easy to get discouraged. So when you track it, it's important because it's going to help you see that there's truth in the statement that when you send out 10 messages, you're probably only going to hear back from 3 people. If you know that ahead of time and you only hear back from 3 people, what are you going to think?
I was a success today.
Exactly. But if you didn't know that, then you're probably going to think, oh man, nobody wants to do this. I'm not even going to bother tomorrow. I got other things I could be doing. We start telling ourselves that, and then we just get further and further behind. So you want to make sure that you are tracking your contacts. Then, those other 7 who didn't respond, follow up with them in 48 hours. I can't tell you how many people I've gotten messages back from going, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to message you. I had a lady at church start walking towards where I was standing, and she looked at me and she just hung her head low because as soon as she saw me, she realized she'd forgot to send a message back. People are checking their Facebook in all crazy places. You know, they're sitting at a red light and they see a message and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta get back to her. Then they get home and they start dinner, and then they gotta get the kids bathed, and then they gotta get them in bed, and guess what happened?
Didn't happen.
I'm sorry?
I said then it didn't happen.
Right, because they forgot.
Yeah.
So it's not a
I've done
matter
that.
of they're not wanting to talk to you.
Yeah.
They're not ignoring you on purpose. They just forgot. So 48 hours later, say, hey, just wanted to make sure you saw my message. Or send a fun GIF, you know, of somebody waving, just saying hi. Then they're going to be like, oh, yeah. But make sure you follow up with those people. So a good goal for a week of making contacts is 25 contacts a week. So let's say you only want to work Monday through Friday. How many contacts should you strive to make each day?
5.
Right. Okay. Does that seem reasonable? Oh, it's silent. What do you guys think? 5 contacts a day?
5 contacts a day is doable.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. You're going to be surprised how quickly your calendar fills up with that, doing the 5 contacts a day, or your 25 a week. Because it might be on Mondays, your life is insane, and maybe you can only make 2 or 3. So then on Tuesday, you've got more free time, so you make up for it, and you make 6 or 7. So, 5 a day, 25 a week, whatever's going to work best for you in your life. Then keep track of how many shows you've done each week. How many bookings did you get from that show? How many recruit leads came from that show? And did you have something that you struggled with this past week, because we're all going to have it, okay? Then I want you to share something really positive. So what I'm going to do is when we're done with this call, I'm going to post a homework link for you so that you can see it right away. You'll have access to it right away, and you'll have the links are going to be in that homework. So when you have time to listen to YouTubes, do it. You know, I know some of you, I've had chats with you while you're rocking the baby to sleep. So I don't know if that's something to put the earbuds in and watch when you're rocking your baby. Sometimes I listen to YouTubes when I'm driving. I don't watch them, but I do listen to them just to get some ideas. So, like, don't put it up where you're going to see it and be distracted driving, okay? But
when I do laundry.
I'm sorry?
I watch YouTube videos a lot when I'm switching laundry, like while I'm standing there folding them. I'll have it popped up.
Yeah, just something where, you know, I mean, that's a great idea. You know, just so you can hear them. I guarantee you, you're going to love these speakers. The first class we did, we had one of the class participants kind of fall head over heels in love with one of the guys. So we've had some fun with her about that. But they're great speakers. So I'm going to get that homework posted, and then you can see that right away. So as we're wrapping up, I just want to see, are there any questions that anyone has?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Yeah.
After going to national conference, it's like meeting movie stars when you watch these YouTube videos and you're like, oh, they're so cool. These people are so cool. So.
But you know what else you learn about that too? I mean, did they treat you like they were movie stars?
No, they're just as excited for us and our business. I mean, they're just this super, I mean, even the new, I don't even know what her name is. She was the new lady that was taking over with the dark hair. But every time she saw me at conference, she spoke to me. And she didn't have to. And she's like one of the, you know, big wigs.
Right. And that's what's really cool about this. Any of these people that you see in these videos, if you would reach out to them, they'd be more than willing to spend some time talking with you, because they're just like you. They all started out with a kit, and I can guarantee you these ones, their kits weren't even near as nice as yours, because they've been in it longer than I have, and my kit wasn't near as nice as yours. So they're just like us. So that's a great point, Marianne. Thank you. I appreciate you guys hopping on tonight. I know Deanna could not be here because of teaching. So Deanna, I appreciate, you know, that you're going to watch this replay. I would like you guys to go to Team Page and just post, I completed my first call of 6 weeks to success. You can share something you're excited about, or tell them they should be there too, whatever you want. But just let others know that you are taking this big step in your business, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, thank you very much. And I will get that homework posted for you, and have a great week. Please reach out to me or to your director if you have any questions about the homework, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, have a great night, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.